Provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Be sure to check out the top-selling Recomp. Recomp helps build lean muscle and strength while decreasing body fat. Recomp is ideal for men and women of all ages trying to look their best. Recomp can only be found in Nutrition Authority. For info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer.
Blitz is on. Taylor picks it up. Fires. Touchdown, Nebraska.
Canadian Football League Grey Cup champion.
Taylor again, wide open.
And first-team All-American quarterback Steve Taylor.
5 for Steve Taylor. That is a new Nebraska record.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, former All-American quarterback Steve Taylor.
Oh yeah, it's Bach in the black shirt, filling in for Steve Taylor right here at 93.7 The Ticket as we bebop our way through the 11 o'clock hour. Bach, what's up, my man?
Oh, not too much. Good to be here with you. We made it in safely. I'm not sure if everybody's going to try to make it in today, but that's all right. We made it in.
Yeah, we true soldiers, Bach.
That's right.
I battled my way through Omaha at 4 in the morning, 4:30. I knew I was pushing a little late. Little ice out there when I came out of Omaha and got past the outlet mall, and it cleared the way for me to get here to Lincoln just to run into some more ice later on today. So here we are, Bach. If you haven't joined the Ticket 93.7 bracket challenge on ESPN tournament, sign up, man. Go to our Twitter and sign in, join our thing. Me and Bach said we're going to jump in it later. We're going to see if we can beat everybody and have the best bracket out of everybody.
That's right. Yeah, and you did pretty well a couple years ago.
Yeah. I forgot to do it last year.
Okay,
I did one so far. I'm going to do 2 more. I'm going to do 3 altogether.
Are you going to be pretty chalky? Are you going to go with a lot of the top seeds this year? Are you going to make an upset bracket?
I'm going to make an upset bracket.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to have some I don't know brackets because North Carolina last night.
Yeah.
We go ahead and get these games out of the way. North Carolina was up big at one point of this game. They came alive. Now, this is if this is the North Carolina team that's we're going to see throughout the tournament, I think they upset Ole Miss.
Well, yeah, I think they set the North Carolina record for 3-pointers last night in an NCAA tournament game, scoring 95 points, 95-68. So they will go ahead, like you said, and play Ole Miss, the 6th seed, on Friday. It's kind of fun because the debate now is because North Carolina was kind of the last team in. We had the whole controversy about their athletic director. Was he in the room? Well, there wasn't a controversy of whether he was in the room or not. He left the room, let the rest of the board decide to put North Carolina in, but it still kind of felt, maybe they're getting kind of a blue bloods, an edge here. And so I don't know. I don't know if North Carolina winning and destroying San Diego State means they should have been in the tournament all along. But that's not really what it's about. If you're in, you're in. And if you can get hot at the right time, you've got a chance there. And Carolina, it's going to be interesting. We saw Indiana hire their new head coach in Dan DeVries the other day. North Carolina, one of those blue bloods where Hubert Davis is going to need a run to not enter next year on the hot seat. And I think pretty much regardless, it might happen one way or the other. So we'll see. But there are certain schools that you just don't count out in March. And North Carolina definitely being one of those. And then in the other game, might not lead to much because it's a 16 seed, and we've only seen 116 seed beat a number 1. But Alabama State beat St. Francis and got the madness going early. It was kind of a Hail Mary attempt at the end. The game was tied. So they threw it all the way down. The ball kind of went through a couple players' hands, and then one of the players underneath the bucket put it up and in, and so they move on as well. Tonight, for what it's worth, we've got St. Mary's and American, and then Xavier will play Texas, and it's the yearly tradition where we all have to find out where True TV is on our channel guide, because I don't know if I haven't watched True TV in years. Of course, I don't watch too much cable in general anymore, but
I think True TV is regular TV. That's like antenna TV.
You think so?
Yeah, I used to get
cable.
You know, when I got cable, but I remember when I didn't have cable and I was waiting on the cable people for like a couple of days, and you put in a antenna and what you call those surf channels.
Yeah,
True TV. That's one of the non-traditional cable channels.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I know they just play Impractical Jokers. At least years ago they did all the time. I don't know if they still do that now or what their base programming is, but it's always weird to try to find True TV this time of the year. Make sure it's in your cable package, but we've got it, and it should be exciting again tonight as we fill out those brackets. Like you said, we've got our own bracket challenge there. If you are taking the day off, if you're not, go ahead and do so because we're going to have our party down at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O tomorrow from 11 to 6 o'clock. Come watch all the games with us. The first 64 people through the door will get ping pong balls with the name of a team in the tournament on it. That will be your lucky ball. And if you win, of course, you will get a prize. You win prizes like Wings and Rings, gift cards, and more. So look out for that. We also give away prizes at the top of every hour from 12 to 5, both on Thursday and Friday. If you can't make it out Thursday, try to get there Friday. No purchase necessary. Anyone who stops by will get a raffle ticket whenever they sit down. Prizes will include beer buckets, appetizers, beer pitchers, coolers, Dr. Pepper prize pack, 93.7 the ticket prize pack, and more. And as we've been saying all along, the first game is Louisville and Creighton, so that'll be quite exciting. Great food, beer, prizes, and sports talk. Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O. That's where we will be. That's where the cool people in Lincoln will be. You need to be there too.
Yeah. Come hang out with the crew and take some pictures with us and shoot and we'll talk. We'll sit down and talk with you. We're not afraid to talk. We talk every day on the radio. So come on out to Buffalo Wild Wings and Rings out there so we can have fun.
Yeah, it will be fun. And are you going to be carrying around your bracket? I know you're multiple bracket guys. Some people are just
I'm a phone guy. I look at my phone.
Yeah,
I'm a phone bracket guy. I don't write them. I never wrote them down. Probably a long time ago. So right now I'm just a phone guy. I'll check it. And I was in the top less than 100,000. I think I was like 88,000 something. At one point. And I was, I had a run, but then, Sweet 16 and this is what they call March Madness, and everything doesn't go the way you want it to go. There's no such thing as a perfect bracket, I think. It's probably been a long time.
Well, when I was a kid, I remember there used to be these things called newspapers that people would get. And you could look it up on the internet if you don't know what a newspaper is. But in any case, they used to have the brackets in there. So that always used to be the way I filled it out. Of course, over the years, I've become more technological like you. But I do have one friend that runs a bracket pool, and he's specific. You have to have paper brackets in. And I did win that bracket pool one year, so I'm going to try to do that again.
How much did you win?
This year? Oh, it was like $100, $200. I don't remember what it was. There was, 25, 30 people in the bracket, but at least I could say I've won one before, so that's pretty cool. And then my favorite thing about NCAA tournament was always, and I don't know if you'll remember, this is probably around your playing days or maybe shortly after, when you get Mountain Dew caps, and they do similar things to our ping pong balls.
Oh, yeah.
Where underneath the Mountain Dew cap, it would just have a team, and it wasn't on the tournament necessarily, but just a random team in there. And if you got Duke or Kentucky, I mean, you would get real excited. And I always thought, like, if you won the grand prize, it'd be like $1 billion or something. I heard later after that, I think you just won a jersey or whatever. But still, it was very cool. That was some of my favorite March Madness memories off the court, I suppose.
Oh, yeah. Well, speaking of NCAA, EA Sports has upped the ante for the guys that opt into the 2026 college football with a minimum payment of $1,500, Bach. Then they get a deluxe copy and a deluxe copy of the game on any system they want it on. Pay last year was $600.
Yeah, big jump.
$900 boost.
Yeah.
Does that, when we had this conversation a couple of weeks ago, I know it was a company that was trying to get players to sign the opt in with them so they can do that. I wonder, does this not include them because EA Sports upped the ante?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it obviously will change things. And I think, last year was probably a trial year. I know a lot of people were saying, well, they could pay him a lot more. And maybe they could have. But I think this is kind of showing they could have, right? They kind of, after going through the year and seeing how it all kind of finished, is that they could afford to pay him a lot more. It's kind of interesting though, even then, and I know how many different characters are in the game, but I always kind of thought, even if you're a character in a video game, I always thought you'd get more than $600. Now you get, $1,500. That's better, but it's still less than I maybe would have thought for being a character in a video game. But I think that's fair. I think last year we saw most people opt in, not too many people make too much of it. You get the game, you get to be in the game, and you get to, you get to play. I mean, everybody gets to play it again.
I don't think they're telling us the amount that Travis Hunter and Ewers and the other guys who was on the cover make. Because I can tell you, it's a lot of different from the $600 that these guys get. I would opt in if I'm a guy that's not making too much on the NIL, and because everybody can't make that type of money. I mean, you say it's a bidding war, but I don't think I think some guys probably get 50, 60,000. That 1,500 will help. And this you have to take. I ain't gonna say you have to take it, but you might as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the game is okay. I can say that. And the reason I say okay, because you don't have the throwback teams. So that doesn't make it fun for everybody, because, a lot of people want to play with the 93 Florida State. Some people want to play with the 2001 Miami. Some people want to play with the 95 Huskers. Somebody want to play with the 2000 Vince Carter era with Texas, the Reggie Bush era with USC. So
Young,
that you have to, and you're paying $100 for this game, first of all.
Yeah.
So at least you can do is, I think they're worried about if you do go back, how far you do that you have to pay these guys. So you probably won't see that in a minute until they try to figure some things out. But I would love to play with the old guys. I would love to play with myself on EA Sports.
If they called you and asked you, hey, we're considering doing this, but we're not, we can't, we tapped the NIL, all of the current athletes. So if we put you on, you're not going to make any money. We'll give you a copy of the game. Would that be enough?
No. EA Sports is a lot. That's a $1 billion industry right there. Right. First of all, I would tell them I'm a gamer, so you would not tell me how much that you would lose.
They can't come over for me, EA Sports. We don't have the budget for this.
Yeah, I play video games. I'm a Call of Duty addict. So if you know how much money I spent on Call of Duty, then you would probably say, "Oh man, you're crazy. I got to buy some good guns." So it's just like any other thing. Like my daughter, she plays The Sims. She wants Sims coins.
Oh yeah.
So my son, he wants VC for the 2K.
Yeah.
So these games, it's not like you just buying these games and not adding anything to it. But no, a true gamer spends money while still playing the game. So EA Sports can kill me with they don't have any money.
What if they said $600? They're not going to give you or do you want would you want the current similar to what the players are getting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want the same thing they get. Give me 1,500.
Yeah.
That's a leap. So why not?
Yeah. They should. I mean, if you think about it through a team, you think that's a lot of extra money. But if, like you said, if you maybe even pick out 10 of the top teams, that's probably not adding too much to the overall budget and would really make it a little bit more exciting this year. I think they do have some things to iron out. I think people probably expected that after such a long break between games. Are you excited? Just as excited? Probably not just as excited because, of course, the long layoff before. Are you for sure going to buy the upcoming game? You think?
Yeah. I mean, I'm jealous, Bob. I'm really jealous. I'm jealous because these kids get paid. If I could take it back and if it's a group of guys who willing, who wants to who wants to get in a lawsuit for us to get paid, hey, I would jump in that group, Bob, because I think we always deserve to get paid for college football. At least, because the schools make millions off of you every year. And then for us to bring they say education, but this has gone past education right here. Mm-hmm. Reading about players, they earn so much that they can only go to school online. I mean, I walk through weather like this outside right now to go to class. So I walk to school like this in weather like this to get to the stadium before meetings because I stayed off 33rd and Vine over here. Oh, yeah. So I had to walk to class one day because my car was messed up. But, this is the way that college football has changed. But, yes, I'm jealous. I'm mad. I want compensation. I really do. National championship ain't enough.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting too, because the kind of the thought process behind paying players for the longest time was, well, how can we make it fair? There's different levels of players and stuff like that. And NIL kind of opens up to that. It's kind of the open bidding type of whatever you feel the value is what you can get. Every player getting $1,500, like you said, there's going to be different players that are going to hold out and try to get some more. I guess you would probably be in the category when you played of maybe being one of those guys, because that's where the math kind of gets difficult, right? Is if you go back and make an all-time team, are your star players going to get the same as the third guy on the depth chart? The top ranked players. I mean, you can just go by ranking maybe and do it that way. So I mean, that would definitely open up for a lot of lawsuits if you did it that way, because then different players would be upset about with their ranking because it would affect their pay. But again, trying to find a fair way, a completely fair way to do anything is always pretty tough.
There's a fair way to do it.
What's the fair way?
Not pay them at all and just get your education. I mean, you broke one of the cardinal sins of college football. The NCAA did. They broke the cardinal rule of it. Yeah. Don't pay players. What part of that does these players not understand that, if an education is not enough, then, hey, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can't go back now.
Yeah, I mean, you see what we survived off. We got $27 a month. You had to get roommates. You think Riola needs a roommate? No, he doesn't. Kids make $1 million plus. If I made $100,000, Bach, I'm the most privatest person in the world. Then they would never know anything about me. Only reason they know stuff in the 90s because we had roommates. We was too poor to go live on your own. If you did, then you probably got some up under the table.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, poor guys stay together. Hey, you want to be roommates? You don't even know the guy. Hey, let's be roommates. You end up, hey, you don't like a person. It's time to move.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So hey, it is what it is.
It certainly is. All right, you're listening to Weekly Wrap Sessions with All-American quarterback Steve Taylor. You may have noticed Steve is not in today. He's had some travel plans. And, of course, this storm kind of affected those, so that's why he is not making an appearance today, but he'll be back next Wednesday. Special guest Terrell Farley in studio with myself, Jake Bach.
Yeah.
It's Bach in the black shirt or the black shirt and Bach, whichever way you prefer, and we'll be back right after this.
Are you facing a legal problem and don't know where to turn? You need trial attorneys you can trust. Liberty Law Group's experienced trial attorneys will handle your case with professionalism and compassion. Whether you have been accused of a crime, injured in an accident, or threatened with a lawsuit, you can trust that Liberty Law will be there for you. Call for a free consultation and find out how Liberty Law can protect your rights and interests. That's 877-42-LIBERTY, 877-42-LIBERTY, or visit libertylawnebraska.com. Liberty Law Group, trial attorneys you can trust.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and March Madness is here, and Koppel is ready to rock and roll. We just closed the books on a tremendous February, and we're locked and loaded for a big March. True 0% APR is happening right now at Koppel on select new models. Koppel also has over $10,500 off list on new select models. So please stop on by and see what confident driving and confident buying is all about. We're right down 144th Street or online at koppelcars.com. All deals with the roof credit, 0% is standalone.
LES wants your feedback. Help shape your electric utility's direction and priorities by taking an anonymous online survey. Make your voice heard before the survey closes on April 30th at les.com/survey.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Well, it's the middle of winter, the holidays are over, and the weather is unpredictable. Isn't there anything to look forward to? You bet there is. Cash Blast from your Nebraska Lottery is back. Until April 1st, buy a 2x2 ticket and enter the voucher number online for a chance to win one of 7 weekly drawings for $5,000 or $500. And if your voucher is from a 7-day draw ticket, your prize is doubled. Hey, there's nothing like a little green to cure the winter blues. 2x2 top prize odds, 1 in 105,000.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Nebraska Veterans Aid is here for veterans and dependents facing unforeseen financial emergencies. Get assistance with food, fuel, shelter, clothing, transportation, and even funeral and medical expenses. If you're a veteran facing a financial emergency, apply for Nebraska Veterans Aid through your county veteran service officer. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/NVA. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Bryant at 402-467-1111 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-1111.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning. Now in our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Now back to weekly rap sessions with All-American quarterback Steve Taylor on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right. No. It's Barking the Black Shirt. Terrell Farley here filling in for Steve Taylor here today. And we call it this Barking the Black Shirt here at 93.7 The Ticket, the fastest hour in radio. All right. Let's read some of these text messages, Bach. Bill and Bennett says, let's see, Black Shirt, does COD have a setting to play in this kind of weather? Yes, they have a one of those island, not Rebirth Island, but when you landed like the thing with the temples, the big temples, and it snows in that part.
Oh, so you could choose a snowy course, basically.
Yeah, I mean they have it like not Area 99, but it's it's one of the maps that they used to have in there that had snow in it. So, it's all for everybody.
I always did like that, and especially in the football games where you could set your weather and make a pretty stormy game. Those were always fun.
I forgot what game it was like that when you used to walk in the snow. Oh, matter of fact, I got Pokemon Go on my phone, so when you play in the snow, it snows also. So I'm a level 38 right on Pokemon Go, Bob. I haven't played it in a long time.
Oh
but
man, yeah. My brother's really good at that. He's collected almost all of it.
Yeah, I collect. I used to play it a lot. I went to Chicago for the Pokemon Fest. Just drive around.
Yeah.
I used to be in a group. It used to be a group of people here because my other half got me into it. But we used to meet a group of people, go around in parks and get in the battles. You know what I'm saying, with team battles and take on a level 40. You're trying to beat them. You're just mashing the button. So hey, it was fun.
It used to be. That was a big deal a few years ago.
Yeah.
I played it for a while because the only time I played it was when I was driving. Then they stopped it so that when you were driving, you couldn't.
Well, yeah, you can't go a certain speed limit.
Yeah.
It picks up. So you probably have to go like 5 miles per hour to pick up a Pokestop.
That's when I stopped.
But yeah, man, I try to get to a level 40 so I can sell my profile.
Right, you did. Make some good money out.
But I never got to 40 because that's a long way to go, Bob. You have a long way just to get to them levels on that. John and Lincoln say, hey, guys, do you think the NCAA should play teams in the playoff like the NFL does? The money should go directly to the players, John. I think they did get paid. Players got paid for, I don't know how much amount. We have to check on that, but I think they do get paid for the playoffs. So, as
for
long
extended games,
more
games.
Yeah, so we never know. Luke from the Mill.
Hey, it's Luke.
Hey, Farley, I walked to school uphill both ways through the snow and heat.
Man, he had harder than you did, didn't he? Oh, no.
No. I had to I turned around because the wind was whipping. So I used to walk backwards to school. That's how cold, Buck. I'm telling you.
You're not making
this
up.
Same blizzard right here happened in 1996.
Yeah.
I went to the airport to pick up by this time I was dating a girl that I used to go to high school with, and she went to the University of Howard. So she was flying in, and Larry Arnold and this other female he was dating, they took me to the airport. On the way to the airport, we ran into a blizzard. We had to stay in a hotel for the night, and the next morning I had to get up and go pick my high school girlfriend up, and we had to stay in a hotel that night.
Mm.
Yeah, because it was that bad.
What did she think about the coming into the blizzard?
Well, she came from D.C. area, so I don't know if D.C. was, because she went to University of Howard was in, I think it's in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I don't know how cold it get up there. So, but yeah. Let's see. Who else we got, Bob? Rubber Ducky.
Yeah.
He says they're going to split it between the lighted players. Yeah, that's a lot of money. I mean, $1,500 is good, especially for, if you're not even playing.
Yeah.
If you're just a true freshman, you want them $1,500.
Yeah.
Now, if you're going to get redshirted, I wouldn't have a problem. I opt in. If I know I'm going to get redshirted, if I know I'm a development player that needs to be developed for a year or two, I would sign in because that's the best thing they can do.
I say either get it or you don't. If you say no, then some people might notice you're not in the game. But other than that, there's no. Unless you're a star player, again, like we were saying, then you can kind of hold out and try to get some more, or a cover player. Obviously, they've got their deals before they even agree to be on the cover or whatever. So yeah. Brad from Baldwin also chimes in. I did win a Mountain Dew jersey off the bottle cap contest. See, you lucky dog. That would be really fun. I think back in the day, I never got to. I mean, I don't think I ever got a very prominent team. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, Cupster. Hey, if you can tell my postmaster at the post office I work at to excuse me from my job because y'all need me, then I'll be there. Well, what's the number? I'll give him a call.
Yeah.
It
might work if Terrell Farley calls him. Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm still battling getting my mail at 5:00. So, we're going to lead the post office people. At least they, what they say, rain, sleet, or snow to the mailman is coming. Yeah. So, hey, that's what it is. Bob, how long we got for? We got a good little minute?
Yeah, we got about 5 minutes.
Okay. 2019 LSU. Good team.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of NFL draft. I'm going to give you a name of 4 players. I'm going to read their contracts out, and I'm going to tell you how much they're worth all together. Does this make LSU I don't even know who's one of the richest schools in the nation because of draft picks and their signings.
Oh, yeah.
But Here we go. 2019 LSU. I got 4 stars on the team. These are guys who signed after their rookie contract. After the rookie contract. Joe Barrow, 5 years, $275 million. You got that, Buck?
Yeah, 275.
Justin Jefferson, 4 years, $140 million. Jamar Chase, 4 years, $161 million. Derek Stingley Jr., 3 years, $90 million. Now, Buck, after all those 4 players I'm talking about, how much you see how much that is? It's a bad side. It's $666 million for 4 players. That a team that Mickey Joseph coached on,
Yeah.
But that's crazy.
That is crazy. I mean, and you think about, like you said, maybe how much it can help the university. I remember when Ndamukong Suh was the top pick. Quickly that money, I don't know if that money, but part of the money I'm sure that he donated was from his, NFL draft money, which back then the top of the draft, you got some pretty darn good money.
Let me ask you a question, Bob.
Yeah.
Who was the first defensive lineman to hit $100 million? I bet you don't know. He played. You mean give you who he played for?
No. I'm gonna go ahead and. Was it Aaron? Donald?
No.
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 Ndamukong Suh.
Who?
No.
Does anybody know?
I'm giving up.
Hit us. Hey, if anybody know the first $100 million defensive lineman for the NFL, give us a text. What's the number, Jake?
402-464-5685. JJ Watt.
No. This. Okay. You mean give you the team?
Yeah.
Tennessee Titans.
The Freak?
Nope.
No.
Albert Hainsworth.
Albert Hainsworth. Yeah, he did sign a massive contract.
Yeah. Okay. See, I know my football.
There you
See,
go.
y'all didn't know. See, you're too slow on the text line. Sorry, I had to do it to you real quick. You got to get faster than that. You got to know what I'm talking about. Gus Mohawk said, with Hustler Athletics having an auction for the spring game, if you could choose a throwback jersey of any player from Husker history, whose jersey would be? I'll pick Grant Wistrom or Frank Solich.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Ooh, that's a real good question.
Yeah, that's a good one. What jersey, what other number would look good on me? I don't know. I don't like the 50s. I don't like the 50s, 60s, and 70s. 80s are out of it anyway. So I had to go between 43 and below. I had 47 in high school.
Yeah.
That was my high school number, 47.
That's a good number.
I changed it to junior college and went to number 8 because 8 has been my lucky number. That's what I say. 8 is my lucky number. I couldn't get it here because Tyrone Williams had it.
Yeah.
So.
And didn't you say you started here? They give you
53. I don't know what it was.
It
didn't even look good on me. And then they gave me 43. Then it looked good. It looked good on me. Then they say, "Hey man, the last guy who had that jersey hurt his neck or something." I said, "I'm gonna make this jersey famous," and I did.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
So Dave Nebraska said, "I thought it was Reggie White." Reggie got paid, but I don't think he was the first $1 billion lineman. He got a lot of money.
Million,
I played with Reggie White in Green Bay. He did something very bad to me.
What did he do?
I was in the hot tub.
Yeah.
Big sauna, big whirlpool. It's big.
Yeah.
Reggie came in there. Hey, I can get it out with you? Yeah. I said, go ahead. Bloop. He takes his towel off and flops down in there. He didn't have any underwear on, Bob.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're not, no.
You're not too comfy in there.
No, I'm not comfortable. I got up and got out. No, Reggie, you're not doing that to me. No.
Were you two the only ones in there?
No, we was the only two in the whirlpool, but people was in the vicinity. But no. I'm not going to do that. No.
That's a good Reggie White story. I like that.
I
said, that's a good Reggie White story. I like that.
The short period of time I was there, I got to be friends with a lot of guys. Eric Mays, who was a receiver from Michigan or Michigan State.
Yeah.
Gilbert Brown.
Were you friends with Gilbert Brown? That's my favorite players.
Yeah, Gilbert Brown. Hey, look, he was so big. He had so many cars that you were like, how could you fit in that car? Hey, he did. He was a great person.
He had small cars?
Yeah. Santana Dawson.
Okay.
Got to play with him.
Yeah.
You know, Leroy Butler.
Oh, yeah.
Darren
Talk about a
Sharper,
hitter, yeah.
Tyrone Williams was there, Craig
Sure.
Newsom, Mark Chamure, Andy Reid was the tight end coach then.
That's right.
Mike Hogan was the head coach. He was a non. He didn't show any emotions.
Mm.
So, that was a good. Dorsey Levens.
Yeah. Antonio Freeman there?
Antonio Freeman. Aaron Brooks. He was there.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Me and Dorsey Levens has the same agent.
Oh, okay.
So I knew Dorsey. I kicked it with Dorsey plenty of times.
Nice.
The most popular person I think I like to hang with, it had to be, I don't really want to say it like this, but when I was drinking, Charles Oakley.
Okay, yeah.
I used to hang with Charles Oakley down in Atlanta because we did a little all-star game, but he knew Drew Hill, who played receiver for the Falcons, and I knew Drew Hill through some guys that from Noonan, because Noonan, Georgia is where, Drew Hill, the receiver, played for the Falcons.
I remember the name a little bit.
Yeah, so knew them guys, and we partied a lot back then, so I knew some guys from Noonan, and Columbus and Noonan, they number like 30 minutes apart.
Yeah.
So, and Drew Hill had Charles Oak with him and everything else. And we kicked it for a couple of weeks, and he had a car wash. We used to go chill out in Buckhead, and we would all be in there having fun.
Yeah.
So,
Doesn't sound like a bad time.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people. I've seen Chuck Daly. Seen him before, walking out the Club Autos one night, bumped right into him, leaving out. So I met him one time. But, I'm kind of happy with stuff I do.
Yeah, it's at least fun story time, which I know they have on the block too. They're trying to get that. They're saying we gotta sell this segment because story time with some of you guys and some of the people you ran into is a lot of fun.
Yeah, Brett Favre was Brett Favre.
Yeah,
he was a country guy, and Steve Peterson was his backup. So and
there were a lot of names on that team that really.
Oh yeah, that was a good
end
team.
up having quite a bit of success
in
football.
Yeah. So what had happened is that Green Bay lost to Denver in the Super Bowl. I think I signed with Green Bay probably in December. I went to work out for the Oakland Raiders. This was right in December. Stuff started picking back up because I didn't sign straight out of college.
Right.
This
was the year after, right?
Yeah, this is the year after. So I signed in like December. Went to Oakland and ran on a grass field. Didn't like it. Went to Green Bay, ran a 4.47 on my first run, and they was like, "We good." That's all we wanted to see.
Yeah.
So I get there and I'm playing corner. I said, "All right, this is a setup." So hey, take it. You still do your best. But they gave me number 43.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I signed the contract in Canada too fast because they told me they was gonna call me back. But I set out a year already, and I wanted to play football, so I signed with Canada, and that was that.
So I thought Green Bay that was you had to go to Canada instead of Green Bay?
Well,
or did Green Bay tell you?
They was like, we're gonna cut you, but we might bring you back. We're gonna bring you back.
Deal, yeah.
But I had already been out of football for a minute. My agent said Canada got my rights. Saskatchewan had my rights, and they wanted to see that I wanted to come up there. And I ended up staying in Saskatchewan for about 4 years.
Yeah.
So and it was nice up there. It's cold. Saskatchewan is the worst cold in the world. I mean, this is nothing compared to Canada.
I say your choices, go from Lincoln to Green Bay.
And I stayed there in the off season. I stayed there in the off season.
Canada,
Yeah, it was real cold.
Yeah.
And their seasons are different because the season is over like October, November. So just imagine, I did team health in Canada, so I used to drive around and talk to kids in the high school.
Oh, okay.
Or elementaries. Great friend of mine. I'm gonna tell you this one guy. He passed away from the Lou Gehrig disease a couple years ago. Arkell Trueluck. You ever heard of him? If you ever get a chance, pull up some stuff about Arkell Trueluck. He played for the Washington Commanders. He played for a lot of teams in the NFL. He's a journeyman.
Okay.
But he was a guy I met in Canada. We was all talking about the same thing, and he was a weight guy.
Oh, he's a weight room guy.
Yeah, he was a big muscle head. And he went to a college in New York. I forgot the name of it, but it was a college,
like a smaller college?
A small school, and he ended up making it to the NFL. Then he was a speaker, and then a couple of years ago, he passed away from Lou Gehrig disease.
Yeah, that's
But he was a good friend of mine, man, and I miss him because we used to have these conversations still.
Yeah.
You know, like they say, once you meet a friend, you always should treat them right because you're not going to meet too many people like that.
Yeah, it's good to have those friends that you don't necessarily have to check in all the time. But whenever you run into them or talk to them, it's like you haven't lost a beat.
Yeah. All right. Shout out to everybody who had to go to work today, man. We know it's tough out here, and if you ain't got to go nowhere, be safe out there. Don't forget to come down to the Nebraska. I mean, oh my God, Buffalo Wings and Rings down here Thursday, Friday. We'll be down there, the whole team, 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
I'm Chief Dave Engler. When a fire truck hits a pothole with 12 tons of fast-moving equipment and crew, it's a problem. On your ballot in April is a measure to continue Lincoln's quarter-cent sales tax for street improvements. A vote against eliminates the street funding. A vote for will not raise your taxes and keeps the funding in place. And better roads means faster response times. Learn more at LincolnOnTheMove.com.
We use our Lincoln streets every day, and so do first responders. But visitors and out-of-town commuters also do. A quarter-cent sales tax for streets passed by voters in 2019 makes those commuters pay about $6 million a year to improve streets. On your ballot in April is a measure to continue it. A vote against means no more funds from commuters. A vote for will not raise your taxes, and commuters still pay. Learn more at LincolnOnTheMove.com. Paid for by the City of Lincoln.
Love is in the air, and so are big savings. It's the Big I Do event at Sartor Heyman Jewelers, South Point Pavilions, April 4th through the 6th. For 3 days only, enjoy 20% off all engagement rings and wedding bands, plus exclusive bridal collections from our top designers. Whether you're saying yes or I do, shop now for the year's best prices and selection. April 4th through 6th, Sartor Heyman Jewelers, South Point Pavilions.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Forget the lame excuse this year. Your boss already knows why you can't make it to work for those magical 2 days in mid-March. Join 93.7 The Ticket on Thursday and Friday at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O for March Mayhem. Come early on Thursday and get a ping pong ball with a lucky team on it. And stay all day for prizes throughout and buzzer beater upsets. It's March Mayhem with 93.7 The Ticket for the NCAA tournament at Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68th and O.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Hey, what are you talking about over there?
Huh?
I said, what are you talking about?
You know, Bill, I think it's time for both of us to get our hearing checked. We should head over to Christensen Hearing Analytics.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about them. They offer a free hearing consultation and screening, affordable hearing aid prices, and a knowledgeable staff with over 30 years of experience.
Visit Christensen Hearing Analytics today in Williamsburg Village or give them a call at 402-489-3450. Christensen Hearing Analytics. A better life starts with better hearing.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: snow, wind, and blizzard conditions likely. We'll see a high around 36. Tonight, decreasing clouds, continue wind, a low around 20. And tomorrow, we'll see sunny skies with a light breeze and an afternoon high around 44. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between, we'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Nebraska Veterans Aid is here for veterans and dependents facing unforeseen financial emergencies. Get assistance with food, fuel, shelter, clothing, transportation, and even funeral and medical expenses. If you're a veteran facing a financial emergency, apply for Nebraska Veterans Aid through your county veteran service officer. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/NVA. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Now back to weekly rap sessions with All-American quarterback Steve Taylor on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, you listen to Bach in the Black Shirt here on the smooth music of rapping with Steve Taylor here at 93.7 The Ticket.
Smooth.
Scrapper says, at my sister basketball tournament, we got a crowd of kids to get every Mountain Dew bottle cap, and we submitted them on the internet. We got a Pepsi cap, a CD, a t-shirt, and a PlayStation 2. Better times.
Yeah, good deal for a PlayStation 2 back then.
Bill and Bennett. Gravedigger Gilbert Brown was my favorite Packer back then.
Absolutely.
Dave, Nebraska. Black Shirt, I miss listening to you and Captain after the schedule change. Well, you still can listen to us. Get a little earpiece and put it in your ear if you're at work.
Yeah.
You know, you can get you some them Bluetooth glasses. You can still listen to us.
Or you can go to theticketfm.com or YouTube or something and listen to the previous day's show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's boring. But listen to us live here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you
Anyway,
listen to
you
it.
can
Just listen to us. YouTube,
live,
YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, X, Facebook, Allo. We're on it all.
Yeah.
If the radio single's going out, because Bill and Bennett said something about it earlier. So if you're having problems, switch it over to the internet and get us on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, everything. X, we're there. Allo, we're there.
We were mentioning the Packers earlier. They are officially now proposing to ban the tush push. Of course, this has been made popular by the Philadelphia Eagles. Are you a fan of the tush push? Would you like that to see that be removed? I mean, the Eagles have been really good at it and didn't take a step down when Cam Jurgens went into the lineup. Well, I should say at center instead of Jason Kelce this past year.
Well, it's a good and a bad with it because some teams you don't know you can get your quarterback hurt.
Yeah,
like that, and especially because guys see that push and they want, and a defender gets mad and want to run in and try to bust it up and try to spear somebody, not spear them, but try to catch that lineman and knock him down. If you knock him on the quarterback the right way, something hurts. Something broke.
Were you happy? I mean, those type of plays you said at Nebraska, you were taking out a goal line.
Yeah. I didn't play goal line. I mean, we didn't have too many people on the goal line.
Yeah.
So, I played, but, we didn't have people didn't really.
They didn't make it to the goal line.
Yeah, they didn't make it to the goal line when I was in the game. So that was the thing. I didn't have to play goal line because we didn't let them down there that much.
Yeah.
I probably third, fourth quarter, I was out the game.
Yeah.
13 minutes to go in the fourth, I'm out. Don't care what you do then. Just don't. We used to be mad because we didn't want to give up points and yards.
You guys were pretty like watching the backup unit and getting pretty frustrated.
Yeah, don't give up 21 points. Don't give up a 100-yard rusher.
Yeah.
We only gave up probably 77 yards a game.
Yeah.
So
I do remember that. Yeah.
We didn't want anybody to rush over 100 yards on us. Troy Davis tried to go over 2,000 on us. No, you have to get that next week, sir.
Yeah.
You won't get it on us.
That was crazy. I mean, you guys were only giving up 77 yards a game, probably rushing for over 400.
Because we believed in each other. We had 10 other guys that we believed in. I know that guy, and I know what he's capable of doing. That's what Nebraska needs to do now. They have to believe in each other. If you believe in each other, if you believe in 10 guys you play with, then hey, y'all one hell of a defense. I believe in every player. We didn't have any weakness on that defense. Even if the second team was in there, I still say we didn't have a weakness on that team. Offense, no weakness. Defense, no weakness. We gave up. We bend, but we didn't break.
Yeah.
Special teams was great. Everything. Coaching, superb. So that's how we played our football.
Absolutely. The 95 Huskers will always go down as one of the best teams in college football history, and certainly here.
Oh, if I had to get a jersey, throwback.
Yeah, throwback.
Probably the defensive tackle, Rich Glover.
There you go. That's a good one.
I would go with Rich Glover. I love that guy. Nice guy.
I think I might want that. The wagers is those whites were pretty nice. Like a Johnny Rogers back in that day would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might do that, or you can't go wrong with a Sue or something like that.
Yeah, you can't. But everybody loves Sue.
Yeah.
They forget about the old guys like him.
Yeah.
Richard Glover.
Yeah.
Won the Lombardi and the he won both of them, didn't he?
I think so. He's very decorated. Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right. That's enough for today here at the Steve Taylor Rapid Session. This is the Black Shirt Terrell Farley, and me and Bach, we are out of here. We will see you in another hour as we get ready for the Captain Show. But up next, DP 1-on-1 here at 93.7 The Ticket.
Well, it's the middle of winter, the holidays are over, and the weather is unpredictable. Isn't there anything to look forward to? You bet there is. Cash Blast from your Nebraska Lottery is back. Until April 1st, buy a 2x2 ticket and enter the voucher number online for a chance to win one of 7 weekly drawings for $5,000 or $500. And if your voucher is from a 7-day draw ticket, your prize is doubled. Hey, there's nothing like a little green to cure the winter blues. 2x2 top prize odds, 1 in 105,000.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and March Madness is here, and Koppel is ready to rock and roll. We just closed the books on a tremendous February, and we're locked and loaded for a big March. True 0% APR is happening right now at Koppel on select new models. Koppel also has over 10,500 off list on new select models. So please stop on by and see what confident driving and confident buying is all about. We're right down 144th Street or online at koppelcars.com. All deals with the roof credit, 0% is standalone.
Forget the lame excuse this year. Your boss